Right guys, what's up? So in this video, I'm going to be touching on sleep, okay? And the importance of sleep, whether your goal is fat loss, whether your goal is muscle building, and just general health, okay? So I'm a bit out of breath, I'm just in the middle of a workout. But sleep is going to be important for so many different reasons. Most of which we already know in terms of rebuilding muscle, in terms of regenerating your brain for the next day, in terms of feeling fresher, more energy, etc, etc, etc. And it's going to be especially important for fat loss because even one study showed that in participants that they were in a calorie deficit, they were looking to lose weight. One group had 4 hours of sleep for a consecutive number of weeks. Another group had 8 hours of sleep for a consecutive number of weeks. And they found that both groups ended up losing the exact same amount of weight because they were both in the same calorie deficit. But the group who slept only 4 hours lost more muscle mass than fat mass, whereas the group who slept 8 hours lost more fat mass and not a whole lot of muscle mass. And that's going to be important. Yes, the number on the scales will be going down, but you're losing a lot of your muscle. You're not actually losing what you want to lose, which is going to be fat. So you'd want to be sleeping 8 hours. If you're not getting those sleep for 8 hours, you're not really going to be losing what you want to, even if you're in a calorie deficit. I'll just quickly touch on building muscle. When we train, when we exercise, we incur micro damage to our muscle. So there's going to be micro tears in our muscle from the exercise that we're doing. That needs repairing. That's going to need repairing. So we repair that in terms of the protein that we take in terms of the energy that we take in from our food, but sleep is also going to be a major factor there. Most of our muscle protein synthesis is actually going to happen at night. Most of the muscle regeneration is going to happen when we're asleep. Okay, so if we're not getting our sleep in, we're not going to be repairing muscle. We're not going to be recovering properly, which means we're not going to be properly recovered for our next session, which means we're not going to be optimally growing muscle at the rate that we could. Now, what is a proper number of hours of sleep? Anywhere between 7 to 9. It's going to differ from the individual. It's not like 8 hours for definite. I wouldn't go below 7 hours. If you want to sleep for 11, 12 hours, you can. But somewhere between 7 and 9 is probably what you're looking for. And I'll just go through a couple of tips you can take with you if you're looking to boost your sleep. Number one, and the most important one that's been found in research, is to go to bed and get up around the same time each day. So that might be going to bed at 10 p.m. and getting up at 6 a.m. That might be going to bed at 1 a.m. and getting up at 9 a.m. You'll probably be better off going to sleep at 10 p.m. But even if you're going to sleep at 1 to 9, you'll develop a much better sleeping habit if you're going to bed at the same time, which means you're going to get tired around the same time and means you're getting up at the same time then, so you'll be feeling refreshed around the same time as well. So especially it's going to be a lot harder in lockdown when you don't actually really have anything to get up for, especially if no lectures the next day. But just focus on having the same bedtime and the same wake time every day for a consecutive period. Try for a week and you'll probably find that your sleep is much better. Second one's going to be exercise 2 to 3 hours before bed. So don't be exercising at 9 p.m, 10 p.m, and 9 if you're going to bed at 11 or 12. Try to get your exercise done early. I prefer to get it done in the morning. Some people do. If you want to do it in the evenings after work or whatever, that's fine. Do it about 6, 7, 8. But it can actually keep you up. Obviously, the adrenaline and the endorphins that are going to be pumped around your body may keep you up a little bit longer. So try just bring that window back before you exercise. Things to avoid. Obviously, alcohol is going to severely diminish your sleep. People might think of alcohol, oh, it makes me fall asleep quicker. Alcohol is a sedative rather than a sleep promoter. So yes, you might actually be asleep, but you're not actually going into sleep stages where you're going to regenerate and recover your body. You're just knocked out, basically. Other thing to avoid is going to be nicotine, that can keep you awake, and caffeine. Caffeine now, we all love caffeine, we all love coffee, we all love cans of, well, I love cans of Monster. But try get your caffeine finished by around 2 p.m, I'd say, somewhere between 1 and 2. Caffeine has a 5 hour half lasting window. So it lasts for about 10 hours, but if you have maybe 100 milligrams of coffee, 50 milligrams of coffee will still be in your system in 5 hours time. So that's still a lot of caffeine floating about. Still a lot of caffeine that's going to keep you up, because what happens is caffeine hooks onto receptors that the hormone that makes you feel tired normally latches onto. So caffeine's there, you're not going to feel tired, if that makes sense. And avoid naps after 3 p.m. Try to get your naps done by 3 p.m. Personally, I'm not a great napper, but I'm a big advocate for naps. So if we can get our naps done by 3 p.m, we'll be much better off. There's a few more that I could go through here, but the main last one I'm going to go through is going to be a dark, gadget-free room. Get rid of that blue light before bed. Don't go on your phone an hour before bed. Really try not to. I have blue light blocking glasses at the minute. I feel like they work amazingly well. They get me to sleep a lot faster, and my sleep quality is a lot better. So try ditch the phone an hour before bed, half an hour before bed even. Read for a bit, just chill out, whatever. But the blue light actually stops melatonin being produced. Melatonin is that thing that's going to make you feel tired. So if the blue light's blocking that, we're not going to get to sleep as fast. It can actually delay melatonin by up to 2-3 hours, which is massive. That's 2-3 hours before you could actually be getting to sleep. So just keep that in mind. Ditch the blue light, and yeah, sleep a lot.